Welcome back, dear students, to video number 2 for Standard 7 Science. We are discussing chapter 19. My dear students, in the previous video, we discussed a few concepts about magnets, what are magnets, how they are made, where they are used, and we discussed two methods, the single touch method and the double touch method. Now let us continue with Earth, a gigantic or a gigantic magnet. The scientist William Gilbert gave a scientific explanation based on experiment of the observation that a freely suspended magnet always settles in the north-south direction only. This is the picture of the scientist William Gilbert. He gave a round shape to a naturally occurring magnetic rock. He suspended this spherical magnet so that it could turn freely and brought the north pole of a bar magnet near it. The south pole of the magnetic sphere was attracted towards it. So, this is what happened. Now, there is a reason why this happened. Let us see why this particular thing happened. The north pole of a freely suspended magnet settles in the direction of the geographic north pole of the earth. Now, my dear students, freely suspended means it is tied to a thread. The magnet is either tied to a thread or it is kept on a particular surface, but then it can move on its own. So such a magnet is known as a freely suspended magnet. It means that the south pole of some gigantic magnet must be near the geographic north pole of the earth, and the north pole of that magnet must be near the geographic south pole of the earth. Now, please pay attention, this is of utmost importance. This, my dear students, is our earth. According to geography, this part of the earth is the north pole. Hence, it is written north geographic pole of the earth. Obviously, this part will be the south pole, the geographic south pole or the south geographic pole. According to William Gilbert, he performed certain experiments and he said that the place where the geographic north pole is, that place has the earth's magnetic south pole. That means that is why, see, they have shown a kind of a magnet. Now, this is not an actual magnet. This is an imaginary magnetic field of the imaginary magnetism of the earth. So, according to this, the geographic north pole has the south magnetic side of the earth, and the geographic south pole has the north magnetic pole of the earth. So that is what is mentioned over here. It means that the south pole of some gigantic magnet, so this is that some gigantic imaginary magnet, must be near the geographic north pole. So the south must be near the geographic north pole. And the north pole of that magnet, the north pole of that magnet must be near the geographic south pole of the earth. And that is why when we bring a suspended magnet close, or we allow a magnet to suspend freely, it always rests in north-south position. Again, unlike poles attract each other. So this north pole is attracted to south of the earth, and south is attracted to north of the earth. That is why a suspended magnet always rests in north-south direction. And then this point is explained. The north pole of a freely suspended magnet settles in the direction of geographic North Pole. So North Pole of freely suspended magnet will be will settle in the direction of geographic North Pole. So once again I will explain this. This is the Earth, this is the North Pole of the Earth, and this is the South Pole of the Earth. But according to magnetism, if there is some giant magnet in the Earth or the Earth's magnetism, wherever the North Pole is, the geographic North Pole is, the Earth has South magnetic pole over there, and south, wherever the South geographic pole is, the Earth has the North magnetic pole in that place. Hence, when we suspend a magnet freely, it rests in north-south direction because the north pole of the suspended magnet gets attracted towards the south of the Earth's magnetic field. Now, Gilbert inferred from this that the Earth itself is a gigantic magnet. However, the south pole of this magnet The south pole of this magnet must be near the geographic north pole of the Earth, while the magnetic north pole is near the geographic south pole. So that was about the inference or the study by Mr. William Gilbert. Now let's move to the next, which is magnetic needle. Let us see what this is. So we have to take a square cardboard box and mark the directions on it. Which directions? The north, south, east, west, those directions. Place a pot filled with water at the center of the cardboard. Take a magnetized needle and stick it to a small piece of a cardboard by means of a sticking tape. Place the pieces of cardboard with the needle on the surface of water in the pot. The needle will point in north-south direction. So this is somewhat, it will look something like this. So underneath we have to place a cardboard and we have to write north, south, east, west. And on that we will keep a pot which is filled with water. There is a piece of cardboard in center and a needle is on it. The We allow this particular cardboard to settle. This needle will come to rest in north-south direction. So this proves what Mr. William Gilbert inferred and what we studied just now. And such a thing is known as a magnetic needle. Magnetic field. Now let us see what is a magnetic field. So what we need is a magnet. It can be a bar magnet. In this case, this is a picture of a horseshoe magnet and some pins. Now take a magnet and some pins, place them at a distance from each other. So initially these were at a distance such that they do not stick each other. Now slowly move the magnet towards the pins. Observe the pins as they get pulled to the magnet. The magnet attracts the needles from afar. In other words, a magnet has an effect even at a distance. My dear students, you must have done such a thing at home also. You have seen how the needles are attracted towards the magnet even from a certain distance. Another experiment, the apparatus over here is a bar magnet, cardboard and iron filings. Take a small cardboard, place a magnet in its center and sprinkle iron filings on the cardboard around magnet. Tap the cardboard gently, observe the iron filings. After some time you will see such a pattern. You see these lines, these are created by those iron filings. There is a specific reason why such a pattern is seen. Let us see what is the reason. The British researcher Michael Faraday named these lines going from one end of the bar magnet to the other as magnetic lines of force. The region around a magnet where the magnetic force acts on an object is called a magnetic field. This is a picture of the British researcher Michael Faraday, and these is what he called as magnetic lines of force. So these are the lines, and this area where the magnetic force acts is known as magnetic field. If you see, there is a pattern. There are many lines over here and over here. And in between, see this horizontal part? Here, there are not many lines. So once again, if we go back to this picture, see, here more iron filings are attracted, whereas this part, less. Now there is a reason. The reason is wherever more lines are shown, magnetic field is stronger in that area. So if you have remembered this place and this place, more lines were shown. So this place and this place has more, the magnetic field is stronger, whereas this part and this part, it is weaker. So once again, magnetic lines of force. Now the magnetic field around the magnet can be shown by means of magnetic lines of force. The intensity of the magnetic field at a place can be gauged by the number of lines of force that pass through a unit area at that place perpendicular to that area. Michael Faraday imagined that there might be invisible lines of force going from one pole of a magnet to another, and that magnetic attraction or repulsion might be taking place through the medium of these lines of force. If Faraday's idea is accepted, the intensity of magnetic field can be obtained from the number of lines of force as explained above. So this proves, or this tells just now what I explained, why the iron filings are attracted more towards the poles and less towards the sides. The intensity of a magnetic field is low where the lines of force are sparse, and the intensity is high where the lines of force are concentrated. Now, some properties of magnetic lines of force. My dear students, these lines are imaginary lines. When you see a magnet, actually you do not see any lines. These are imaginary. So magnetic lines of force are imaginary connecting lines, and Faraday introduced the concept of lines of force in order to explain magnetic attraction and repulsion. Magnetic lines of force always run from the North Pole to the South Pole. The South Pole may be of the same magnet or different magnet if they are joined. The magnetic lines of force are in a state of tension like a stretch spring. Magnetic lines of force repel each other. Magnetic lines of force do not intersect each other. If you remember the picture, they don't intersect each other. And if the lines are close enough, they start repelling each other. The number of magnetic lines of force at a particular point determines the strength of the magnetic field there. So these are some of the properties of magnetic lines of force. My dear students, we stop here. Please read the textbook. Till then, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.